Good evening, everyone. We're here for the regular council meeting for Wednesday night, March 22nd. I'll do a quick round of introductions and then we'll jump right into it. We have with us in council, Councillor Joel Lemoine. Good evening. We have our CAO, Mitch Duval. Evening. Myself, Chris Ewan. We have Councillor Jason Bondarchuk. Good evening. And we have our Assistant CEO in the back, Dominic Lemoine. We have online Councillor Shane Pelletier.
Evening.
And in absence is Councillor Jeanine Boulanger. So without further ado, I will go straight to it. With item number 1, meeting called to order, do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Bodnarchuk, thank you. Any comments before we open the meeting? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's carried, thank you. We'll open the meeting at 7:01 p.m. Item 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second.
Councillor Pelletier.
Thank you, Councillor Pelletier. Any questions, changes, edits, continue as is? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is carried. Thank you. Item 3, adoption of the minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Bondarchuk, thank you.
Last regular meeting was held March 7th, whereby council approved the loan for the GPHA by the bylaw. Also, the noise bylaw was amended to include the engine retarders and as well a few resolutions regarding public work projects for the upcoming year.
Thank you. Any comments or questions or changes on the minutes? Nothing. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. I see item number 4, but it says none, so can we jump over that? Thank you. Item 5.1, accounts not paid to be approved. Do I have a mover?
Councillor Pelletier.
Second, Councillor Pelletier, thank you.
2 batches, 17,044 in the amount of $600,300. Batch 17,045, which are EFTs in the amount of $3,800. For the big batch of 600,000, council has a report of those major purchases.
Thank you. We'll open up for council conversation. Council, do you have any questions in regards to the batches and the financials?
None here.
Nothing. Okay, I will call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's carried. Thank you. 5.2, payroll to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Bondarchuk, thank you.
In regards to payroll, we're looking at payroll 5, paid out March 13th, I believe. Just looking at the hours and overtime, nothing to report for public works as far as overtime goes. Pretty quiet right now, knock on wood. Administration, a little bit of overtime for finance because it's year-end, and auditors were in on Monday, so preparing for that. Other than that, nothing else to report at this time.
Thank you. I'll open up for council debate or comments. Council, anything to add? No?
Nothing here.
Thank you. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Moving on to the public hearing section, I'll just give a quick rundown. So the way it'll work is I will call the public hearing item number, and then the CEO will read it out. I will then open the public hearing and ask anyone in person wishing to speak in favor, then online or on the phone. If you're online or on the phone, I ask that you please unmute your microphone and turn on your video, and then just give us your information, and then you can start speaking. Then I will go into anyone wishing to speak against, in person, online, or on the phone. Same thing as when you are speaking in favor, speaking against, please turn on your mic. Or unmute yourself and your video, and you can engage in conversation. And then I will close the public hearing, and then that time it is for council to debate. So without further ado, we will get it going. Item 6.1.1, V5 2023 FHW Law Office, 1539 PR 200.
The proposal is to vary the residual agricultural site width from 600 feet to 336 feet, and also to vary the residual agricultural site area from 80 acres to 11.19 acres, and these are all conditions of the subdivision file number 4165-22-8181. Notices were sent out to surrounding properties as per the Planning Act and distributed accordingly.
Thank you. We'll open the public hearing at 7:05 PM. Is there anyone wishing to make any presentation on this before I put in favor or against people up? Anyone? Anyone wishing to speak in favor, in person, online, or on the phone? No one is in person, online, or on the phone. Anything received in favor?
Nothing received.
Anyone wishing to speak against, online, or on the phone? There is no one in person. Speak against. Anything received against?
Nothing received against.
Okay, I'll give one last call. Anyone wishing to make a comment, speak in favor, or speak against, online or on the phone? Again, there is no one in person. Okay, I'll close the public hearing at 7:06 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
Resolution reads, therefore be resolved that variation application V5-2023 is approved with no conditions.
Thank you. We'll open for council discussion. Council, do you have anything you wanted to add or make comment on?
Nothing here.
Nothing. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is
Aye.
carried. Thank you. Item 6.1. If council will entertain me, I'd like to do 6.1.2 and 6.2.1 together for the public hearing. So it would be V6 2023 Neufeld 3579 pass 75 and C6 2023 Hebert Neufeld 3579 pass 75 for the public hearing. Council's good with that? Thank you.
So the variation V6 2023 is to vary the south yard, side yard from 15 feet to 7.2 feet for the purpose of a detached accessory building. And this is part of the conditional, a condition of the subdivision file 4165-22-8212. And then C6 2023 is to allow a single-family dwelling in a agricultural limited zone, and this is also part of the condition of the subdivision, same file number, and for both instances, notices were sent out to surrounding properties and distributed accordingly.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing at 7:08 PM. Is there anyone wishing to make any presentation on this matter? Anyone wishing to speak in favor, online or on the phone? There is no one in person. Oh, I see someone turn on their video.
I'm the applicant for the proposed subdivision and the subsequent variation and conditional use too. So if there are any questions or discussion, I can answer anything.
I appreciate it. Council, do you have any questions for the applicant? No? Easy. That's all we needed. Thank you very much. We'll just keep moving on. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor, online or on the phone? Anything received in favor?
Nothing received.
Anyone wishing to speak against, online or on the phone? There's no one in person. Anyone, anything received against?
Nothing received against.
One final call for anyone wishing to make any comments, questions, speak in favor or speak against, online or on the phone. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 7:09 PM. I will move it, correct?
One for each.
Right, so
Or V6.
we're gonna start with, mover for V6 2023 Neufeld 3579 pass 75. Do I have a mover? Councilor Lemoine, thank you. Second, Councilor Pelletier, thank you.
So for the variation V6-2023, resolution reads, therefore be resolved that variation application V6 2023 be approved with no conditions.
Thank you. I'll open up the council discussion. Council, did you have any comments to make, any debate? Okay.
Nothing here.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Moving on to 6.2.1, C6 2023 Hebert Neufeld 3579 pass 75. Do I have a mover? Councilor Bondarchuk, second. Councilor Lemoine, thank you.
So for resolution dealing with the conditional use, therefore be resolved that conditional use application C6/2023 is approved with the following sub-conditions: that the applicant obtains a building permit from the Yarmouth Regional Office. 2, prior to construction, the applicant must apply for a driveway permit and driveway must be extended to the property to provide access. 3, submitted plans are to include detailed architectural drawings stamped by an engineer. 4, the applicant is to apply for and obtain a flood elevation permit and septic permit from the province. 5, that the site plan shall include setbacks in compliance with table 10-2 of our zoning bylaw. And 6, that the applicant will provide a signed confirmation letter accepting the terms of the order, and there may be site audits conducted to ensure compliance, and non-compliance issues may be caused to revoke the conditional use at any time.
Thank you all for council debate. Council, did you have anything to add? Questions? Nothing. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. That brings us out of public hearings and into 8.1 bylaw 5, 2023 MBEA, second reading. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Pelletier, thank you.
All right, first meeting was passed earlier in March. I believe we are adding the noise bylaw as part of our MBEA for enforcement. So that is why we need to do the change to the MBEA.
Perfect, thank you. Any comments or questions from council before we call for the question? No, everything looks good. Thank you. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Just a quick break. Anyone that was on for the public hearing, you're more than welcome to leave now, and you can reach out to the office if you need to tomorrow. You don't have to stay on if you want to. Be my guest. 8.2 bylaw 5, 2023 MBEA, third reading. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
With third reading, it will be good, same verse as the first.
Any final comments before we go on? Nothing, as is good. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 8.3 bylaw 6, 2023 fees and charges, second reading. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Bondarchuk.
All right, this is per the recommendation from administration that we update our fees and charges accordingly. The only slight modification done between second reading and first reading is that we've implemented an effective date, and that being of April 1st of 2023.
Thank you. Council, any discussion, comments on this? We're all good with the slight change? Yep. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 8.3.1 bylaw 6, 2023 fees and charges, third reading. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Pelletier.
Same as the first,
Same as
effective April 1st, no fools.
Any comments or questions? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you, Mr. CEO. 9.1.1 Sandal Daycare Pilot Project Financial Assistance Agreement. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
The next few resolutions deal with the St. Adult Daycare, which we are working with the province and John Q. Built. Similar paths as the Ile des Chênes Daycare project, whereby the province is funding the project. They will advance the money to the municipalities accordingly. John Q. will be the project manager for us on this. So the first resolution is to deal with the financial assistance agreement with the province. We have yet to see it, but my best guess would be 98% of it will be the same. The only 2% difference might be that the province will add the clause that they want to review the bills before approving them to be paid. So that's the only slight difference. I have no issue with that, although the contractor will be slightly delayed and getting paid quicker. So that's the only change right now that we foresee.
Thank you. Okay, I'll put it for council discussion. Council, any comments? Nothing? Perfect. Okay, I'll call for the
Another
question.
awesome project.
Yeah, absolutely awesome project. Thank you, Councillor Pelletier. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 9.1.2, San Adolph Daycare Pilot Project, JQ Built General Service Agreement. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Pelletier.
So as discussed earlier, same as the old Shane format, we will be entering into an agreement with John Q. Built regarding the administration of the project.
Thank you. I will open up for council comments. Council, anything to add? Nothing? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And 9.1.3, San Adolph Daycare Pilot Project, JQ Built CCDC 14-2013 contract. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine.
The resolution is to authorize administration to allow John Q to enter into the CCD agreement with the contractor, which is per diem, and that's it in a nutshell.
Okay, council comments? Nothing? Okay, call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 9.1.4, abuse policy. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Bondarchuk.
All right, throughout Manitoba or wherever the AMM serves as their insurance policy, they are looking at maybe not clamping down, may not be the terminology, but to have more teeth in the matter as far as when it comes to abuse. Abuse and harassment are two different things that we need to consider. We do have an harassment policy in place, but it does fail in part to cover any abuse situations that may be arising. So by having a policy in place, this will help the insurers to better protect the municipality if and when a claim does arise. The aim, of course, is to give protection to the children, to the youth, to our vulnerable populations. Sample policy has been provided. It's been vetted by the legal counsel from the insurance groups as well. So I don't think there's a need for us to have it vetted through our legal. There is, our rec director took a look at the policy. For now, it will suffice, but he will come back with some recommendations to even tighten up what the insurers may have missed. So on that note, I would say to council, please proceed with the resolution to adopt what you have on hand right now.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Okay, council, open up for any discussion.
There was a question asked, this also, I know you want to use the word protect, but also for the employees, the employees working under the rec director for camps and stuff like that. I think that was brought to the table.
Yes, this is basically, that's what we're kind of targeting, but abuse could happen on many different levels.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to just be the camps, it could be even our on staff here, so.
Okay.
Okay, council, any other comments, questions? No?
On here.
No? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 12, adjournment. Do I have a mover? Someone wants to leave. Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you. Any final comments before we close the meeting? None. I will call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. I'll close the meeting at 7:19 p.m. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a great night.